I'm sure you're already familiar with games like Genshin Impact, Life After, and Wuthering Waves, popular open world titles that have made a huge impact. But in this video, we're diving into a category of open world games for Android that often gets overlooked or underestimated. I guarantee this video will surprise you, so don't forget to drop a like and come along for the ride. Hardly anyone knows about this game, mainly because it's a paid title on the Playstore, but let me tell you, it's an incredible turn-based RPG with an open world. Let's talk about ASTRIS. In ASTRIS, you take on the role of an investigator exploring the planet Alindo, a tidally locked world where the sun never sets. The planet is split into two hemispheres by massive ring-shaped storms and is home to bizarre creatures and intelligent beings that resemble humans. The game features a hybrid combat system that blends turn-based strategy with real-time action. Using the innovative Obscure and Maneuver system, players can time their responses to perfectly counter enemy attacks. You can also execute powerful combos and team up with allies for strategic advantages. With multiple regions to explore, in an engaging investigative storyline, ASTRIS delivers a console-quality experience that will keep you hooked. The Sandbox game is amazing, yet many people don't even realize it's open world. Let's talk about Hero's Adventure. Stepping into the chaotic world of martial arts known as Jianghu, you play as a newcomer whose choices will shape your legendary journey. With over 10 different endings, you have the freedom to carve your own path to becoming a true hero. Your journey is filled with unexpected encounters and scripted events. You might cross paths with an ambitious lieutenant or a retired kung fu master, shaping your relationships with over 30 different factions. Every decision impacts the world around you, making each playthrough unique. But without a doubt, the best part of the game is that you can be whoever you want, from a feared villain to someone settling down and even finding a girlfriend. The game is masterfully crafted and definitely worth checking out. I'm sure you've heard of Minecraft, a true sandbox classic. Well, this game follows the same sandbox style but adds strong RPG elements. Let's talk about TERAVIT. TERAVIT is an open-world sandbox RPG set in a vast and diverse world, featuring a variety of climates and terrains like flower-covered plains, scorching lava fields, toxic swamps, and arid deserts. Each region has its own unique vegetation, wildlife, and cultures. But peace was shattered when the Demon King and his servants emerged from another dimension, destroying villages, building fortresses and castles, and plunging the world into darkness. That's where you come in as the player. You'll explore, gather resources, craft items, build bases and vehicles, and eventually take on the Demon King himself. Even though the story follows a classic RPG formula, the game delivers a well-crafted experience. And beyond the main quest, you can also create your own worlds and shape your own adventure. It might be tough to dive deep into this game, but let's talk about it because I find it really interesting. This is Own My Own. This is one of those sandbox survival games that offers a truly engaging open world. In the game, you start as a simple character in a small house and your goal is to survive the dangers of the wilderness. You have an entire open world to explore, gathering wood, stones, and food to avoid starvation. The one thing you really need to be careful about is nightfall. Once it starts getting dark, you better be back in your house or things could get dangerous. I'm not sure just how deep this game goes, but it manages to be simple yet effective, delivering a solid survival experience for mobile. This game was released back in 2012 and it's incredible how well it still holds up today. Let's talk about the legendary NAROTH. NAROTH is a first-person action RPG set in a vast medieval fantasy open world. You play as an adventurer searching for your missing father, exploring the region of NAROTH, a lush plateau nestled between the kingdoms of Vil'jin and Jarad. Along your journey, you will interact with locals, battle enemies in dungeons, and uncover hidden secrets. Since your main goal is to find your father, the game gives you complete freedom to explore and do whatever you want. With over 50 NPCs that can assist in your quest, there's plenty of interaction and world building to enjoy. I'd say NAROTH is one of those old-school RPGs that still delivers a true open-world experience despite its simplicity. I absolutely love farm simulation games, and this one is hands down the most famous in the genre. Let's talk about Harvest Moon Home Sweet Home. In this game, you return to your hometown Alba Village after spending a decade in the big city. Your goal to revitalize the local community. The gameplay sticks to the beloved Harvest Moon formula, growing crops, raising animals, fishing, and mining. But beyond that, you can interact with various characters, join festivals and competitions, and even build romantic relationships, choosing a partner to marry. A key mechanic in the game is collecting happiness, which helps the village grow, attracting new residents and tourists. In short, this is one of those super relaxing games where you help everyone around you while upgrading your home and character. It's simply perfect. This game is still in development, but let's be honest, it's been in development since it first launched and it feels like it may never actually be finished. Let's talk about HUNTERCRAFT. HUNTERCRAFT Zombie Survival is a first-person shooter with a 3D cubic art style set in a post-apocalyptic world where civilization has collapsed after a catastrophic event. Most of the world's population has turned into zombies and the remaining survivors are struggling to stay alive. As one of them, your mission is to eliminate the undead and roaming skeletons while managing your health, hunger, and thirst. At first glance, I thought this was just going to be another generic Minecraft clone, but I was wrong. While the blocky character models might remind you of Minecraft, the game has a lot of originality and stands out as a solid zombie survival experience. One of the best survival games I've ever played on Android. Let's talk about Dismantle. After spending years sheltered in a bunker, you finally emerge to find a world overrun by hostile creatures with no sign of other humans. Your goal? Survive, explore the devastated island, and find a way to escape. The game features some really interesting mechanics. Every single object in the game can be destroyed to gather materials for crafting and upgrading weapons. On top of that, it includes essential survival elements like fishing and farming, giving you even more ways to stay alive. Dismantle is far from being just another generic survival game. It's actually one of the most complete and well-designed survival experiences on Android. This game is truly a work of art. Not many people know about this game, and I think that's because it was actually developed in Brazil and takes place there too. Let's talk about ARIDA BACKLANDS Awakening. You step into the shoes of Sikora, a determined young girl facing the harsh realities of drought in the Brazilian backlands. Unlike most survival games where the world has ended, this one takes you back in time to an era where struggling to survive was a part of daily life. The gameplay blends exploration, resource gathering, and character interaction. You'll need to learn recipes to craft tools and essential items while managing basic survival needs like hunger and thirst. On top of that, the story is deeply rooted in local history and folklore, making for an incredibly immersive experience. Besides following Citra's journey, you'll also help various NPCs, adding even more depth to the adventure. If you're looking for a unique and culturally rich survival game, this one is definitely worth checking out. I had no idea this game existed, and honestly, it was a huge discovery for me. Let's talk about the legendary Retro City Rampage. Set in the fictional city of Theftropolis in 1985, you play as the player, a hired criminal whose bank heist goes sideways. In the chaos, he stumbles upon a time-traveling phone booth, yes really, and accidentally warps into the future. Now he must hunt for rare parts to fix the machine and return to his own time. Along the way, the game throws in countless references and parodies from 80s and 90s video games and pop culture, making it a nostalgic ride for longtime gamers. The gameplay takes heavy inspiration from Grand Theft Auto, featuring an open world to explore varied missions, the ability to steal vehicles, and an arsenal of crazy weapons. On top of the main story, the game also includes arcade-style challenges for those who just want fast-paced action. This was one of those games that kept me hooked for a long time. It's like GTA, but even crazier. I honestly think this is one of the best turn-based RPGs in pixel art on Android. I absolutely love this game. So let's talk about Arafel. The game takes place in the floating world of Arafel, a magical land suspended in the skies. Long ago, elven sorcerers cast a spell to save Arafel from destruction, but instead they doomed it to slowly fall from the sky. The protagonist, Lita, is a young archer who stumbles upon an ancient elven ring, unknowingly setting off on a mission to save her homeland before it's too late. One of my favorite gameplay elements is the ability to recruit multiple NPCs to join your party and assist you in battles. Seriously, that's such a great feature. Most of the world is open to explore from the start, allowing adventurous players to uncover secrets and powerful gear early on. If you're into pixel-style RPGs, this is one game you absolutely can't miss. I've already spent 24 hours playing this game and I've only completed about 80% of it. Just look at how much content this game offers. Let's talk about Potion Permit. You play as a chemist sent from the capital to the quiet town of Moonberry, a place where traditional medicine has always been favored. However, when the mayor's daughter falls ill and the local healers fail to cure her, the town has no choice but to seek help from the medical guild. As the town's new alchemist, your job is to heal the townspeople, gather ingredients, craft potions, and earn the trust of the locals, who are initially skeptical of your skills. Like other games on our list, this one is incredibly relaxing. It offers tons of heartwarming NPC stories for you to discover, and you can build relationships with the townspeople, upgrade your clinic, and heal more patients as you progress. I'm absolutely loving this game. It's a bit hard to talk about this game, but it's one of those hidden gems buried deep in the Playstore. Let's talk about Occupation. This game feels a lot like old school PlayStation 1 titles in terms of graphics, and honestly I really like that. There are two versions of the game, Occupation and Occupation 2, but both work in a similar way. The story: in the first game you return to your hometown, and just as you arrive a zombie outbreak begins. Now you have to fight for survival, rescue civilians, and take down hordes of the undead. In Occupation 2 the story shifts. You travel to your girlfriend's city, but this time it's not just zombies. You'll have to face monsters, aliens, and more, all while trying to survive once again. The game offers an open world experience somewhat similar to Grand Theft Auto, but with shooter mechanics and survival elements. It's a solid game, but completely hidden on the Playstore. Kemco is well known for its classic RPGs, and today we're talking about one of their standout titles, Blacksmith of the Sand Kingdom. The game takes place in the kingdom of Muspelheim, a vast desert land where blacksmiths are highly respected. You play as Volker, the son of a renowned blacksmith who dreams of following in his father's footsteps. But Volker doesn't just want to forge weapons and armor, he also wants to become an adventurer and explore the world. Kemco does a great job of mixing different gameplay elements, and this game is a perfect example. You'll need to manage your own weapon shop while also venturing out to gather materials and craft even better gear. It's an RPG combined with shop management, and it works really well. This game has so many features that it's hard to describe it properly, and even harder to fit it into just one genre. Let's talk about Pocket World. You play as an adventurer who arrives on a mysterious island filled with creatures, secrets, and endless opportunities. The island is an open world, allowing you to explore, interact with NPCs, complete quests, and unlock new areas. The game combines open world exploration, survival mechanics, and RPG elements. You can level up your character, age over time, find a girlfriend, use skills against monsters, build houses, and so much more. The sheer amount of things to do in this game is absolutely amazing. So, did you enjoy the list? Let me know in the comments which of these games you already knew and which one surprised you the most. And if you have any hidden gems that deserve more attention, feel free to share them. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.